Let's talk about literature review or review of literature. Interchangeable terms, your school may use one over the other, but concept is kind of the same. My institution, for my dissertation, I had a section, chapter 2, called the literature review, where I wrote several pages before I got into the review of literature. That was the rubric I had, that was the rubric I followed, and so I acted accordingly, okay? Because I just wanted to be done and get through and move forward. So, chapter 2, my literature review, I don't know if you can see, my literature review, somewhere down here. It covered introduction to the chapter and background to the problem. Okay, search of relevant literature. Where did I find my material to conduct this study? Background to the study. Identification of the problem space. And so these are things that were required of me from my institution. Trends in literature. Key findings in literature. Theoretical foundations. Okay, that's common. That's common. If you're writing a thesis or a dissertation, what foundation, what theoretical foundation or conceptual model is going to support your study? Okay. Bandura's 4 tenets of self-efficacy, teacher efficacy model is what I used. Review of literature. Now here we go. The review of literature. I don't know if you can see it here, up at the top. Okay. My review of literature began on page 31 and ended on page 94 because my chapter 3, my methodology section, started on page 95. Okay? No, I said it correctly. It began on page 31 and ended on page 94, where my chapter 3 methodology section began. Okay? And so my review of literature was very intense and thorough research about teacher efficacy, teacher professional development, and it was a very lengthy piece of writing, okay? And so it was just a compilation of all the material, the peer-reviewed resources that I used to support my study. And so that is what my review of literature is all about. So use your institution's rubric. And regardless to if it's the literature review or review of literature, it's interchangeable, okay? And just stick to your rubric and write according to what is expected of you so you can have the most successful outcome when it comes to your chair reviewing your information, your writing, and you want to be able to make sure you're backing up your study with existing research, okay? Peer-reviewed research. Okay. So there you have it. Again, questions. I have answers. If I don't have answers, I will find out answers. And I just try to support you the best way that I know how based on my experience and the experience of some others around me that I communicate with on a regular basis who have gone through this journey of higher learning, associate degree, bachelor degree, master's degree, doctorate degree. So I implore you, please ask questions, follow me, give me a like if the information is good for you, and if you find it useful and applicable to your current situation or hopefully your future situation, if you're planning on going to school, I definitely support and encourage lifelong learning. You'd be surprised when you finish one degree, your associates, you're going to desire to get your bachelor's. From your bachelor's, you're going to be like, I can't take this anymore. I am done. you may find you want to go ahead and get that master's degree and then that doctorate degree. So hopefully this information is beneficial for you. And again, thank you for being here. And until my next message, have a great day.